The Jonesville Cemetery Association is a leader in the area in its preservation project. In the last 5 years, over 200 stones have been raised, straightened, cleaned, braced, and celebrated. This CD focuses on the methods used to preserve these stones for future generations. Here we have a stone which was broken in half when a car backed into it and the owner drove off for others to deal with. An early method used was caulking the two pieces together using a caulk for granite. What have we learned about using caulk? Some of the downsides in using caulking are the color does not always match or it darkens. The stones slip or the caulk dries out. By the way, here are some of the volunteers, including the person taking the picture, who have spent hours solving preservation challenges. Over time, early stones naturally sink into the ground, fall over, and sometimes break. Here is a 40-year-old pile of pieces of 2 gravestones. Early stones had a base and a top piece. This base or foundation was 3 feet below ground level. Here we show how a submerged base is removed from the ground before a cement foundation is poured. We have already indicated the weaknesses of caulking. Methods we do use to secure fallen stones include pouring a new cement foundation below the existing stone, securing pieces by applying epoxy between broken pieces of stone, using a quick setting compound between flat stones, applying mortar before inserting a headstone into its foundation, adding aluminum side braces. Sometimes we need to use all methods on one stone. Here the base is placed on a newly poured cement foundation which is 3 to 4 feet thick. The top is then hoisted up for placement. This is dangerous work. A second method we have used is the use of a hoist. Here 2 pieces have been epoxied and a wooden support and clamps hold them together during the drying process. Jonesville is unique in the area for adding aluminum braces on stones which need more stability after they have been epoxied. Here, John Woods from True Arc Fabrication in Wilton, New York, sorts the carefully measured braces for 8 stones. Without John, we were at a loss of knowing how to stabilize some of these stones. Here John installs the side channels and a support across the back. In one case, additional strength was attached to the side braces into a cemented ground support. Here is the final appearance of this challenging heavy stone, which was a danger in the cemetery. Oops, we caught our volunteers on a coffee break. Stones weather and darken over time. Here you can see the difference between a cleaned stone and a dirty one from the same time. One debate is how should stones be cleaned. Here, power washing was used and the results were questionable. Here is one which is impressive. Power washing and the application of acid cannot remove all discoloration because it is so deep in the stone. Hand washing is the preferred manner of cleaning stones using water, soaps, and special cleaners. You can see the difference in this stone. Jonesville now believes, after analysis, that hand washing is better than power washing for the reasons listed. Three stones. The one on the right is the same size as the other two, but it has sunken into the ground. It took 4 hours to remove the stone, pour cement and rubble into the hole, and reset the stone. The stone on the left was in pieces for years and discolored differently depending on where the piece was: underground, turned down into the dirt, or turned up facing the sun. The stone on the right had the top left piece broken off. The team used a cement to patch the missing section. Unfortunately, when the cement dried, the color was different. In the 1950s, a car drove through the cemetery fence and smashed several stones from a family monument. One of our team members in 2010 put the pieces together the best he could. Here, a second stone is pieced together. Here we see the amazing change in the formerly smashed stones. This stone had broken years ago and warped into this shape. Our early attempt to correct the problem was to use these metal posts. Some stones and foundations sugar over time. This requires cutting off the bad section and reforming a new side of the foundation. The stone was cut and mortared into place. This 800-pound top piece fell over when the base sank into the ground. We have recently corrected the base foundation. In preparation for resetting the top piece, a come-along device is used to pull the piece up the hill closer to the base. The stone was then hoisted into position. This was a major project and success. There is always more work to do, but the rewards are personally satisfying as our team brings life back to our oldest memorial stones. The preservation team appreciates the founders of the Jonesville Cemetery for establishing a resting place for all. We remember all who have preceded us in caring for the Jonesville Cemetery. The team commits to doing our very best to maintain and to enhance these grounds, and the team sets a high standard in care and commitment to the ideals of all who have entrusted us with their loved ones.